Okay, hello everyone. My name is Jeanette and I am an undergraduate admissions counselor here at FGCU. While I did not attend FGCU for my undergrad, I did complete my bachelor's in a private university when I did not know that places like FGCU existed in my own backyard. I am a born and raised Fort Myers, Florida, and I'm looking forward to complete my master's degree here. A few fast facts about FGCU. The institution opened its doors in 1997. So it is relatively young university. We are a small to medium-sized institution with roughly 15,000 students and 2,500 of those students making up our freshman class this past fall start. The average class size is about 33 students, and our students to faculty ratio is 22-1, meaning that students still get that hands-on individualized attention from their professors, which has led FGCU to rank number 2 in job placement in the state of Florida upon graduation. Outside of class, we do like to have some fun too, and we have over 250 registered student organizations on campus, and you can become involved in, as well as 15 NCAA division athletic teams to cheer on our fellow Eagles. Some of these sports include basketball, softball, baseball, and swimming. I would like to share a video on how you guys can become involved on campus.
Let's face it, you've got a lot to think about when choosing where to go to college. Selecting a major and looking into campus resources. But college is about more than taking classes. The best way for you to get the most out of your time here at FGCU is to get involved on campus. Want to know how? We'll show you. Hit it!
When I came here, I wasn't sure which organization would be right for me or which would feel like home. But then I joined Dance Marathon and I found a family. No matter your interests, there's a student organization for you. Getting involved helps you meet staff and other students, which prepares you for your future. There are career-related groups, cultural groups, and plenty of service organizations. But most of all, getting involved helps you meet students to have fun with or just hang out.
Multicultural and leadership development challenged me to go beyond my personal experiences
and gain understanding by learning from others.
The programs they offer celebrate diversity
and promote inclusivity.
The leadership development programs, such as Leadership Summit, expose you to all the ways you can make an impact here at FGCU.
Being part of Greek Life has given me a group of brothers and sisters that will be my family for life. For me personally, I have found a group of Latino men that thrive to the best in all that they do. They have been with me through everything, and together we make a difference in our community. With 29 fraternity sororities on campus, you are sure to find a support system that best fits your personality and goals.
Through the Resident Housing Association, I've been able to help start traditions here at FGCU. I've met some of my closest friends, and I've been able to understand my community on a deeper level. We put on some of the biggest and best programs. My personal favorite is Casino Night, which happens during weeks of welcome. I've been able to connect with students on the state, regional, and national level. We attend conferences where we learn more about programs we can bring back to FGCU.
Some of the best relationships I've built here have been with my teammates. Quidditch has helped me grow and succeed as a leader, as well as foster lifelong friendships. FGCU has dozens of intramural and sports clubs, from ice hockey and basketball to martial arts and lacrosse. It's a chance to challenge yourself, stay active, and have fun.
I'd like to thank the Senate for their support. The students and I really appreciate it, and the funding will be put to good use.
I'd like to call this meeting to recess. As a member of student government, you can help represent your fellow Eagles while making sure that their voices are heard. I've had the opportunity to represent student organizations as well as campus departments while growing as a leader. Together, we can drive the future of FGCU. Student government allocates your activity and service fees to hundreds of student organizations, and we would love your help and involvement to make an impact in our community. I'd like to call this meeting back to order.
The program board plans the biggest events on campus: Eaglepalooza, Nest Fest, Winter Wonderland. The students of the program board plan and promote events all year round. Whether you take on a leadership role, join an organization, or stretch yourself through events and workshops, being involved at FGCU makes a world of a difference. So, how will you get involved?
Okay, thank you for watching that with me. And as I mentioned previously, FGCU is big on hands-on learning. And here you can see a little bit about what that might look like. So on the top right-hand corner is our Viper room. Here's a student creating a simulation. On the top left, as you can see, one of our health students, we have a very neat mocking emergency room with dummies that can talk, and students can learn how to draw blood and hook up an IV before they go out and work with real life people. In the other photos on the left, you can see some students engaging in research. And in the bottom middle, you can see a professional golf management student and our virtual golf course simulator. The simulator can mimic any golf course in the world. And the last photo on the bottom right has tickers like the ones on Wall Street, so students can get that feel without having to leave their classroom. And a fun fact, I was informed that students can, when they're in that ticker room, they do get like real money to be able to buy, sell, and trade stocks. So they can learn that as well. Now, here you can see South Village, also known as SoVi, which is our freshman housing. It offers single bedroom suite style options, meaning that you will never share a bedroom with anyone else. You would just share a bathroom or a common space with 1 or 2 individuals. The 2-bedroom suite, the 3-bedroom suite includes a bathroom, shower, small living area with a kitchenette, with a full-size fridge, microwave, and a sink. You can see the 2 floor plans here. And also in SoVi, there are other amenities such as game rooms, a small movie theater available for streaming, a fitness center, and a resort-style pool, which you can see in the middle. In SoVi, there's also a dining hall that is open from 7 a.m. to midnight all week, and flex dollars can be used in restaurants on campus. Some featured restaurants include Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, Brahma, Express, and 239 Burgers. The FGCU residence halls are roughly a 10-minute walk to main campus, and there are shuttles available to take students from the residence halls to class and vice versa. Students are welcome to have a car on campus, but they are not allowed to drive to class and must keep their cars parked in the SoVi lot. North Lake Village is where our upperclassmen live, and it has views of our waterfront, which anyone can use that waterfront, the man-made beach. Now, the residence halls are apartment style with 4 bedrooms in each one, and I'd like to share a video that highlights housing and residence life at FGCU. And before I share that video, just know you can also request a tour to be able to go on our campus and have our actual student tour guides give you a tour of the campus and show you the 2-bedroom plan model that we have, the housing, freshman housing area, and they can also show you all around campus while you guys are here. Now let me show you that video.
At FGCU, we don't live in dorms. We relax and study in apartment and suite-style housing with resort-style amenities. Living on campus means you're just minutes away from your classes, not to mention the fitness center, the library, and dining options. And you don't have to hassle with parking. The Eagle Express is there to shuttle you to and from main campus. And with 150 housing staff members and the University Police Department available around the clock, there's always someone there to help you when you need it. South Village, or as we call it, SoVi, is FGCU's suite-style housing for first-year students. Everybody has his or her own bedroom. We share a suite with 1 or 2 others. And we've got access to study rooms, game rooms, kitchens, and we have advising, tutoring labs, all-you-care-to-eat dining, and even first-year classes right here in SoVi. FGCU is here to help students navigate that first year of independent living. SoVi is home to the first-year residential experience, which provides a wide range of support systems like tutoring and academic advising, aimed at assisting students in achieving their personal and academic success. Not only can you live where you learn, you can learn where you live. FGCU's Living Learning Communities offer residents a chance to meet others with shared interests and goals, including leadership through service, honors, and women in STEM. North Lake Village features apartment-style lakefront living. Each apartment includes either 4 single-occupancy bedrooms or 2 double-occupancy bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a kitchen, and a living room. Students have easy access to tennis courts, the fitness center, and new outdoor dining. Oh yeah, and our very own campus waterfront with opportunities for wakeboarding, tubing, paddleboarding, or just soaking up the Florida sun. 2 miles north of main campus is Westlake Village, apartments reserved for upperclassmen only. Each apartment features either 3 or 4 single occupancy bedrooms with their own private bathrooms, a kitchen, and a living room. With all of the amenities that come with on-campus living, including residence life staff support, it's apartment-style living at its best. And Westlake Village is also adjacent to shops, restaurants, and a movie complex at Gulf Coast Town Center. When it comes to living on campus, it doesn't get any better than this.
Thank you for watching that second video with me. And I don't know if you guys saw that that boat in the background, that bad boy right there. Students who once they're on campus, they're able to use that little bad boy and take it for a spin once in a while they're having fun here and also having their education. So there are about 80 different majors and minors to choose from when looking for an area of study. Some students may double major or even pick up a minor or two. For instance, if you are majoring in criminal justice, it may only take you about 5 additional courses to minor in psychology. If there is a program you're interested in, I highly suggest going to the FGCU website, which is fgcu.edu, and looking up the program and taking a look at our curriculum map so you can see what kind of courses you would be taking. So please note that the programs with an asterisk are limited access, which means they require a secondary application at the time of applying to FGCU or in your sophomore year. Some of these include nursing, where students apply for the nursing program in their second year after fulfilling the requirements for the program. Now, just to give you an idea on that curriculum map and understanding of that curriculum map, when you download it for the program that you're looking up, it's going to give you the breakdown of the first 2 years, what gen eds and prereqs you need to knock out. And then it's going to give you the remainder 2 years that is left in the bachelor's degree with the core courses. So that way you can get a visually idea of what you're getting into and how long the program is going to be, or at least how many courses it's going to take to complete that degree. Now in this photo, you'll see our main campus. The green circle in the middle of this photo is our library lawn, which is the hub of campus life. You will often see students, organizations out there. Students will hang their hammocks out on the trees, and you might see already some hammocks hanging around, and some will lay out and do their homework. During the first few weeks of classes, there are food trucks handing out free food as well. The cluster of buildings in the top right-hand corner is our academic core. That is where your academic courses will be held during your time on FGCU. As you can see, once on main campus, it is pretty easy to walk between classes. And on the left-hand side, you will see our library, which includes the Center of Academic Achievements, where students can get some tutoring if needed. Now, going into the application, there are a few important dates to keep in mind. The first one is August 1st. This is when our application opens up for seniors every year. The next important date is November 1st, which is our early action deadline with a November 15th supplemental material deadline. It's non-binding, but it will get you an earlier decision back from FGCU, typically around mid-December and early January, and give you priority consideration for our merit-based scholarships that I will touch on in just a second. March 1st is the last day applications are due with a March 15th supplemental material deadline. Students who apply between November 2nd and March 1st are considered regular decision and hear back more on a rolling basis beginning early spring. You can either apply through the Common App or on our website, which is fgcu.edu, whichever one works best for you. We're going to be looking for the same documents regardless of how you submit the application, and that is a brief essay, your SAT or ACT, and your high school transcripts. You can see our averages for last year's admitted class here. They are 3.89 GPA, 1141 SAT, and 23 ACT. And like I mentioned earlier, it's either or, the SAT or ACT. But we do strongly advise that you take both of them. You never know which one you do better on. Excuse me. We do admit at above and slightly below those scores, but the higher the scores, the more competitive you will make your application. And we do super score. So for those of you who don't know what that is, it means we take the highest score in your SAT or ACT to have the highest overall score possible. Our application fee is $30. So we do ask that you submit one application. If any changes need to be made in that application, feel free to reach out to us, which is more convenient and cheaper than submitting another application and then submitting another payment for that application. So just submit one application, one payment, and we do accept SAT, ACT, or NACAC fee waiver. Now, the cost of attendance for Florida residents is just over $6,000. So that's $6,118. It's basically off of 30 credits, which is roughly $203 per credit hour. Most classes are 3 credit hours, and students typically take 15 credits per semester. Excuse me. And that is how we come up with these roughly yearly totals. Housing and meal plans are an additional cost if you decide to purchase those. So they're not mandatory, but we do highly encourage it. So for Florida residents, you are looking at about $17,000 per year for those 3 columns there, the tuition and fees, housing, and meal plans. Now, our merit-based scholarships we have available for Florida residents are the President's Gold and President's Silver that you see there. That can help lower your cost of attendance. So the President's Gold is $5,000 and the Silver is $3,000, renewable up to 4 years. So you can get, if you're awarded this scholarship, you'll get it each year up to 4 years, as long as you remain in good academic standing each of those years. Now, to have priority consideration for these scholarships, you're going to want to make sure you submit your application by November 1st. And here at FGCU, our scholarships are stackable, meaning you can apply for the merit scholarships. You can apply the merit scholarship, Florida prepaid, Bright Futures, and other scholarships you earn from the outside, and use them to lower your cost of attendance. Our foundation scholarship opens October 1st, will open October 1st and closes January 1st if you want priority consideration, but it is still open all the way up to May 1st. It is run through the Office of Financial Aid, so students can fill out that one application and it will match you to one or more of the 2,000 scholarships you may be eligible for, thanks to our donors. When applying, students will receive a UIN number that can help them to start applying for that foundation scholarship even before they know if they're accepted or not. Please know that scholarships and grants are free money, but about 54% of our students graduate without debt because of the scholarships and grants they can apply for while in college. So please apply for as many as you can and always communicate with financial aid every semester when you're a student at a university, and also connect with your advisors every semester as well. So that pretty much sums it up. Thank you so much for your time today. I know I've given you a lot of information just now, but does anyone have any questions? Feel free to either unmute yourself and ask away, or feel free to jot down your information, your questions in the chat box.
And going back to the scholarships, are those academically based? Are they financially based, or what's the criteria for those?
Okay, good question. So we basically go off of the GPA. There are certain criteria the student does have to meet in order to be eligible for that scholarship when they apply. To have a document. So like they have to have certain GPA and a certain test scores. So just to give you the minimum for that $3,000, let me go back real quick. So for that $3,000, President's Silver and President's Gold, $5,000 per year up to 4 years. If a student applies but before November 1st of their senior year, and if they have a minimum 3.5 and a minimum 25 ACT or a minimum 1220 SAT, they can not only have a strong chance of being accepted, but they'll also have a strong chance of getting awarded that scholarship. Does that answer your question, or you
yes,
wanted a little bit more?
Yes,
okay.
thank you. And then they'd have to reapply every year, or?
No, they just, well, it's renewable. So they just basically go off of your academics after that. So the second year, if they look at your first year, you weren't doing good academically, then they won't continue giving it to you. But if the second year they see you did well your first year, then they will continue to give you that, and then go so on and so forth for the third and fourth year.
Okay, thank you.
My pleasure. Thank you. Any other questions or concerns? I do have my email in the chat box. Feel free to copy and paste that so you can have it for your future records. I do have my contact information on here. Feel free to jot down that phone number. You can feel free to contact me. That's my direct office line. And you can feel free to email me as well. I do strongly encourage students to do email because that's something that if I give them like a step-by-step guidance, or if I tell them something and someone else is telling them something else, that could be a good record keeper for them. So, and something to refer back to when I let them know certain things.
One other last question with the dorms is the, I guess, do they fill up? Do you run out of space? Or do students generally, are they able to get a slot in the dorm, or is that very competitive?
So housing is not guaranteed. We do highly encourage students that once they get an acceptance letter, even if you don't want to commit to the $200 deposit to hold your spot, we do highly encourage that they start applying for housing because it is a $50 non-refundable deposit. But it's better than the $200 non-refundable deposit. So that way, when you have the acceptance letter, go ahead and apply for housing so you can secure a spot in housing, because it's not guaranteed. It's more on a first come, first serve. And if the spots fill up, it filled up. We do have other housings around us that's not part of FGCU, but because they're so close to us, they have partnered with us. So when our housing does fill up, they can inquire in those areas if they have student housing available.
Okay, and then you would apply after you receive the acceptance letter is when you, the earliest you could apply.
Yeah, after you get that acceptance letter, that should be like the first thing you do. And if you're 100% sure to commit to FGCU, then you can do both, do the admissions deposit and the housing. But if those students are still questioning, you know, where they want to go, we still do highly encourage them to do the housing, because worst thing comes to worst, you know, the housing got filled up, you decided last minute to accept FGCU and commit. So by the time you do the deposit, if the housing is filled up, then, you know, you might lose a spot in there. And then you might question if you would attend FGCU or not.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so if there's no more questions, again, my contact information is there. Feel free to reach back out to me anytime. And thank you all for your time. And again, my name is Jeanette Colon, and I hope to see you guys on campus in the next fall. Have a wonderful night.
Great, thank you very much.
Thank you.